and it's easy to see why they call it that. Home of the Knights of UCF. What do you think about that? And this crowd is ready for a big one. What a game and what potential drama we have in store. You've seen this script before. Top 10 team goes into a cauldron of emotion on the road and just hopes to be able to get out and tell about it. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 15th ranked team in the land, the UCF Knights. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to get us underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Offense set on first down. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
Didn't make it any easier on themselves on first down. Now second and long from the 21. The sure hands, it's Richardson. Still on his feet at the 45. And he got enough for the first down, but somebody put the hit stick upside his head.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling? How do you keep the defense off balance? Because they are a good one.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's second and 12. To the air, it's Frazier. A little screen to the running back. At the 45 on his way. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Lots of good stuff on that play. You slow down the rush, you get a completion, and you move the chains.
And most importantly, you're right. You don't force a short yardage situation that you have to get. Nice job. Invite that rush up the field. Take advantage of the aggressiveness of the defense. Make the catch, make the run, get the first down.
They go to the ground. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the...
Can anyone catch him? And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Knights! You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Beebe. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped Quick handoff. Fakes his man out. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint, and the ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He's looking to throw it. Gets it out quickly. At the 35, he's open. And they finally haul him down, but not before the good catch and run. The Gamecocks headed quickly to the line. The give from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Quickly complete. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one.
Well, the short passing game is a great go-to for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react to the plays. So this can certainly open things up.
Just shy of midfield at the 47. The defense needs a 3rd down stop. He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Some belief in that running game as they pick up 5 to the 35-yard line.
And as an offense, having success on a run play like that early in the game just opens up all the possibilities of your playbook moving forward. Play action, running the ball, throwing the ball, screens, anything is at your disposal at this point.
Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
And the Gamecocks line it up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks! On to attempt the try. Smashes it through for the PAT. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out, you need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a two-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Looking for a man, it's Frazier. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he makes the catch inside the 20. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. Got his man quickly. Got enough space.
the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
Getting set for the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Virginia is ahead right now in Charlottesville, but that's not exactly Sean Moore out there dominating this one. We are a long way from being over. They're up by 7 over Florida State. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The quick out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short game. The Gamecocks moving quickly to the line. Dialing up a second down pass play. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
That is not good news for this offense, guys. I mean, the defense only brought 3 on that play, and they were still able to get after the quarterback. This O-line has got to play better.
Going to try to get it himself. And the incomplete pass on third down, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's about. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Gamecocks will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. He couldn't find much running room there. Didn't get a lot of blocking, and he'll step out of bounds. Play of the quarter coming. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he's able to pick up a few yards as we reach the end of the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. UCF, South Carolina, 7.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. To the air, it's Frazier. Quickly out to the tight end. Bust through behind his pad. Run out of bounds after the long game, but they've got it now first and goal.
It's amazing in college football, the tight end position and how much has changed. Back in the day, you're a blocking guy, maybe you catch a flat route. Today, these guys have athleticism, and you just saw it from that dude after the catch on that last game.
Lowers those pads. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling. Now on second and goal. Tries again to get it in. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
And this offense knew coming into the game, when they get to the red zone, it's going to be tough sledding because it's hard to run, especially against this physical defense. They're one of the top 5 defenses stopping the run. And you know at this area of the field, it's really tough to throw it. Let's see who the more physical side is.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. And now on fourth down, they'll try a field goal. From the left hash, this one shouldn't be too much trouble. It's good. And that lead grows even bigger.
And this guy has been a machine all season long. He is absolutely automatic. You know you're getting 3 points when this guy jogs on the field.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. They are trailing by 10 here, Jesse, but this is the type of team that seems comfortable in an offensive shootout.
You got to hold serve at this point, right? You got to drive the field, put some more points up on the board. Yeah, they just scored. You can answer that now and keep this thing close, David.
And I think you're used to that as offense. Like, football is so fast-paced now and you score so quickly, it's not that big of a deal to get down 10. You keep being aggressive.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Off the play fake. Slings it downfield. Fires into traffic. Picked off. And more yards after contact. Taking it the other way. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception.
As a quarterback, you've got to give your receiver an opportunity to make the play. You've got to put the ball on his body. That throw gets away a little bit from the QB, and that leads to the tip and the interception.
The give to the back. They get him on the ground with this running game imposing its will. 6-yard gain down to the 17.
I know the passing game sells, the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Trying to seal the edge on the right. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Handoff from the shotgun. Strong belief in this running game as he powers his way ahead and picks up 8. It's 4th and 1. They'll play it safe and send out the field goal unit. Not a chance. Missed it. Guys, a double-digit lead is good, but more would have been better.
And that hurts, missing that field goal, especially when you're going up against a defense like this. One of the best in the entire country. You have got to be able to come away with points when you have opportunities.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. After that last pick, David, they really need to take care of the ball this time.
No doubt. And Palmer, I want to know what Spurrier said to you on the sideline after that play.
Do that again, and you'll be right here beside me for the rest of the game. You got to go out. You got to call your plays. And I hope this coaching staff isn't going to be afraid to throw at this drive.
With the first down, they'll put it in play from the 33. The DBs will back off a bit. Going up top on first down. Finds his back in the middle. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. He wants to throw. Looking to the big tight end. Fires and picked off. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Knights! The defense puts 6 on the board with a big-time interception return. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And they come up with a huge pick 6, and that is one of the reasons this defense has been so dominant all season long. They don't give up big plays, but they take the football away. And once they do, they've got better athletes than you do. They're hard to bring down. They can flip the game on a dime.
And the point after is good. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. Fair catch, called for and made.
news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use it.
And here's a fumble way behind the line.
Oh, look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it.
Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. He's looking to throw. Release to the back. At midfield, he's got room. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. The Gamecocks come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to move it through the air. He's right on target. And the catch was one thing, and the run even better. A big pickup on that one. And the Gamecocks come to the line in the hurry-up. They'll give it to the back. They finally get him on the ground with a big running play moves to change for the first down. The Gamecocks are threatening in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
It's now second down.
Sixth play of the drive coming up.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got him this time. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score. Boy, they love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on first and goal. That's a 5. Grab near the marker. It's Beebe. And they will score. Touchdown, South Carolina. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. So a drive there of 85 yards. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score.
14.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish strong.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down to the end zone.
Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking for a man. It's Frazier. He unleashes a long one. Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. Got some room to run. A tremendous play to make the interception, and then the return takes him close to the 50-yard line.
What a nice catch by the defensive back. Listen, a lot of times you see DBs get in position to make plays, but there's a reason they play DB and not wide receiver. Great job finishing the interception, catching the ball, making a big play.
He's moving out of the pocket. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the misfire, it's 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. Finds his tight end.
A nice job by the defense there, tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage, and nice job bringing the big guy down.
Going to take a shot. Pulls it in inside the 10. And he cruises his way to the house. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. Boy, they hope this next drive is more productive after throwing a pick last time, Jesse.
Yeah, and the coaches did a good job on the sideline there, just talking to the young quarterback and making sure he's able to turn.
And he's running in the open. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. And they've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Gets it out fast. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for one or two more plays. Here comes the offense on second down. Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw. It's Frazier. Working the middle of the field, and it's complete. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts.
Timeout, UCF.
And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3-spot on the board. It's good. They'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. The Knights will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Still on his feet at the 45. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. He's going to pass. Now improvising. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And now on second down for this offense. Here's the handoff. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Man, and you see those sticks, and you're like, dude, third and short, I just got to fall forward and get the first down, Palmer, but the defense comes up big and gets the stop.
So on offense, don't overthink this one. 4th and inches, just line up something easy you know you can execute in your sleep and go keep this drive going.
They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on down.
You feel pretty good about a quarterback sneak most of the time. Such a short yardage play. I just got to find a little crease and get through it. But this defense was more than ready for it. Built that wall up front. Nowhere to go. No push. Big stop out the field.
Out of the the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And he was able to shed a tackle and pick up the first down before they finally get him on the ground.
That has got to be demoralizing if you're on defense, because they just ran the ball right up the middle, down your throats, and they gashed you.
Quick pass on the fly motion. Looking for room at the 30. Touchdown, UCF! And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board. That's his 3rd touchdown pass of the day. The defense has no clue how to respond right now.
No, and the defense has had absolutely no answer. He's been on the money. He's been on fire, making the right decisions and just carving his defense.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Gentlemen, let's take a look at what's happening in this exciting college football game. Cincinnati is on top. They've played awfully well today, and though that's not Desmond Ridder out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 4 over Troy. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first down, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Corner's going to give them room. Wants to throw on 2nd down. Got it in the middle. It's Kane. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down.
And a nice job working the middle of the field. I think it's so important to keep defenses honest, and you can't just dink and dunk outside. You got to work the middle. Great job finding this wide receiver over the middle of the field.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Caught in the backfield, it's Beebe. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
And the Gamecocks have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws to the wideout. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but on the great return to improve this field position.
It's really hard when that quarterback gets outside the pocket because it cuts off half of the field. Once he starts to roll out, everybody starts to sprint to the other side of the field. You know you're not going to throw it across your body going to the right. Great job on the defense closing it off and making the interception.
The give to the tailback. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical.
Pulled down after a pickup of 4 to the 27.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
Ball's at the 27. It's 3rd and short. Can they avoid making that 4th down decision? Finally pulled down, but not before moving the change for a 1st down.
The RPO game works really well for this offense because the running back is very patient. It's a bit of a delayed handoff, but he's very good at finding the creases and finding the lanes and then putting his foot in the ground and getting more.
They get him down. Tough run. Picks up 4. They'll mark it at the 19. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the back. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. We saw all of his ability on that last play.
On the ground, it's Nicholson. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there. As a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on 3rd down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell he takes advantage of it.
Wide receiver shows motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Knights!
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
Lining up to add another. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. So they start in a great spot, move the ball 34 yards. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. The kickoff team takes the field to boot this one away. And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind you. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Looking for a big play. Snatches it on the right. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. The Gamecocks will hustle to the line. Leaves it with the running back. Shakes off the tackle.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on 1st down, make that 2nd down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Quickly to the tight end. They bring him down. He's got a 1st down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
That's the end of the 3rd quarter of play. With the score, UCF 41, South Carolina 21.
And the Gamecocks are on the move. They'll leave it with him. Powers through the defender. Pulled down after a pickup of 5. A statement run in the red zone to the 13. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. On 2nd down, wants to throw. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. The ball's free, and the defense snatches it, and they reverse the field.
And this QB has the ability to make huge plays and scramble around and do things off schedule. At that time, he coughed it up. Did a great job of getting outside the pocket, but the defense closed in, forced the fumble, recovered it. Great job by the defense.
Finds a crease at the 20. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Yeah, this offense has had their way with this defense, and they've had a lot of success. And I tell you what, if this defense wants any chance of coming back, they better get physical and stop the run, because right now, this offense is having their way.
Quarterback checking off. They think they can impose their will here with the run to the right. Good job running tough and behind his pads as he gets up to the 38-yard line.
It's a point in the game, I think, as a coaching staff where you really challenge your offensive line to go win the football game, right? We've got to lead late. We're going to run the football. And the defense and everybody in the stadium knows that's what's going to happen. Can we run the ball down their throats and impose our will? That's what this offense right now is trying to do.
I love when players understand situations and they understand where the first down marker is and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
Handoff from the gun. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
Man, that D tackle is a freak athlete. Did you see him come out of his stance and beat the offensive lineman, getting to the running back? Cat-like quickness.
A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking to throw, it's Frazier. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there.
3rd and long situation. They try to go screen. I think they were hoping it was going to be a big zone and they could get those offensive linemen down the field, but the defense sniffed it out, forcing the incompletion.
On the return, it's Kane. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. That fumble in plus territory just ruined that last drive, David. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas.
He wants to go deep. Another interception. This guy just can't find his own players. Never really got that return cranking, but the offense is set up at the 30.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. 4th quarter, I got to lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. The give and tick, 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 tick. Didn't get a whole lot of room to run. He picked up 1 or 2.
And with a lead like they have here in the 4th quarter, no question this offense is going to continue trying to pound the rock. They're going to run the football and try to ice this game.
Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. They're facing a 3rd down. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. He couldn't get close to the marker, got 3 yards, but it'll be 4th and 3. The Knights will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the move, it's Kane. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. South Carolina offense is back on the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Gets rid of it. Makes the grab. It's Kane. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Gamecocks racing to the line in a hurry-up.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Now on 2nd down. DBs will try to keep everything in front. He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Starting to feel a little pressure. He'll let one go down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Looking to pick up a first down on 3rd and short from the 43. Looking to throw for it. Caught near the sticks. It's Beebe. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Fakes his man out. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down. Sprinting to the line to try to get this one off. Clock's running. On 2nd down, looking again to throw. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
This guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long. That's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going off so fast because of the pressure of this defense, and that's why they find themselves down by so much here in the 4th.
And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the 2nd half. It's 1st and 10. He caught it! And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. And they take another look at the play with the officials on the field. We're right, and the play will stand. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Looking for space. It's Quick. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. And the Gamecocks have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the defense stop him again on 2nd and goal? Looking to buy time. Fires to the end zone. And his 5th interception of the game. A miracle they haven't pulled him yet. Past the 50. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sent it the other way.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much, late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. And on 4th down, they'll take a knee, but this one's just about over. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the running game has been going in the wrong direction. They'll try to get their first positive play of the drive here on 3rd down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Knights will punt it away on 4th down. And they'll just down it right there.
And the punter pulling out his pitching wedge on that. Look at the spin on this ball. It just died as soon as it hit the ground. Beautiful job.
South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. The deficit is large, hope is fainting, but they'll try to finish strong.
Middle.
And he throws another interception.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
Winning can become a habit. Now they've won back-to-back games and probably building a little confidence.
And you want it to be a habit. That's what you talk about as a coach week after week. Let's build. Let's create momentum and continue to build on it. And then you look up at the end of the season, you never know where you could be, what dreams you could bring to reality.
At the end of the day, I think good teams find ways to win games. And over these last 2 games, it hasn't always been easy. They've had to overcome some adversity, but at the end of the day, they were able to step up, make the plays necessary, and do that. Very